On my way to work, I noticed everyone on the street wore expressionless faces, their eyes staring at me with a hollow gaze. After sensing something was amiss, I rushed to the office. Just as I was about to search online for information, a friend called me, saying the wriggling snot bubble on my son yesterday had been tested and proven not to belong to Earth. I realized it was the crashed spaceship reported in yesterday's news that had brought the alien virus to Earth. That afternoon, while visiting neighbors with my boyfriend, a bizarre scene unfolded. I saw my neighbor lying in bed, eyes and nose encased in transparent snot bubbles. Panicked, I remembered my son was at my ex-husband's place, but when I arrived, his home was packed with people, all staring at me. I realized my ex had also become infected. As I tried to flee, he tackled me to the ground. He spat a mouthful of acidic fluid onto my face. I scrambled out of the house, watching my ex-husband chase after me with his group. I drove frantically to escape. Soon, a horde of infected blocked my path ahead. I got out of the car and hid in a subway station. I thought I'd escaped danger, only to find the subway already overrun by the infected. I jumped onto the tracks and crawled along them to escape the station. Seeing the infected on the streets, I had no choice but to disguise myself as one of them. Back home, I received a text from my son saying his father had taken him to Grandma's house. We drove to go find him, only to discover the intersection ahead was blocked. I had my boyfriend drive through the blockade. He then drew the pursuers away while I went to search for my son. I disguised myself as an infected and boarded the train. As I sat down, I felt the cells inside me begin to divide rapidly. I went to the restroom and splashed water on my face to stay alert. When the train arrived at the station, I saw my ex-husband waiting for me. At his place, to avoid being recognized, I kept my face completely expressionless. I found my son in a room tucked away in the corner. Even more fortunately, I discovered my son possessed immunity to the virus. While my ex-mother-in-law was watching TV, I quietly slipped away with my son. Out on the street, I instructed my son to maintain the same blank expression as me. After navigating through the infected crowd, I brought my son to a pharmacy. After grabbing some stimulants, I went to the security room and took the pistol from the dead guard. Suddenly, my boyfriend called, telling us to stay put and wait for rescue. When he arrived...
I know how afraid you've been, Carol. You don't have to be afraid ever again.
I saw the emptiness in his eyes and realized he was already infected. I pulled out the gun and threatened him to leave. Watching them advance step by step toward us, I remembered my son. I fired decisively, killing them all.